So, hello, I'm Sarah, and it's my intention to share the beauty of Japanese culture with the world. Today, I'm so proud to introduce my very first guest on this channel for a short interview, Mr. Makoto Ishiwata. Thank you so much for joining me.
Well, my pleasure, Sarah. I can't believe I'm here talking with you. Hello, everyone. I've been teaching English in Japan for 44 years. And just 2 years ago, I happened to meet Sarah on the street.
That's right.
And by chance, and here I am talking with you like this. And it's going to be my greatest day. Thank you. I
Thank
mean,
you so
it's
much.
going to
I
be,
can't
sorry.
believe it. I forgot all about that. That was the first time we met in person at all.
Yes, that's right.
Oh my
And
gosh.
with Ken Honda.
With Ken Honda, yes. He has
Yes.
the best synchronicity luck in the entire world. So first off, I would love for you to show our Japanese audience how to do an amazing self-introduction in English. Can you tell us about your work and what you do?
Yes, well, thank you for asking. I've been helping Japanese people to speak with more confidence,
Yeah.
and not just with confidence, but with joy, because I believe language is not just a tool, nor a weapon, it's a gift to share with other people. And most Japanese people are hesitant in talking about themselves,
Mhm.
but as you know, each person has something to offer and share. And I would like to help Japanese people to have more rather than confidence, first courage
Mhm.
and feel the joy. And I help people to talk about themselves, history, what they do, what they enjoy doing, and why they enjoy doing, and going back to their childhood. When I help people make a speech, I would like to always listen to their story and
Mhm.
then combine their stories into a short speech.
I think you're doing very important work. I think empowering Japanese people to have courage to express themselves is very much in alignment with the vision that I have for empowering Japanese people too. Can you explain the word behind you right now?
Well, it says forward. It's the name of the school, for English School for Change.
Mm.
It's not just the entire school name, it's just part of the name. I happen to have this, I happen to I happen to go to a bookstore, just to make a long story short, 46 years ago, and found a book titled Toward Thinking in English. And the
Yeah.
author was the president of this school. We changed the name of the school from Matsumoto English School to Forward. The author's name was Dr. Toru Matsumoto. So the school name used to be Matsumoto, but it sounds like a school in Nagano now. So we changed it to
Yeah, it
Forward.
could be a car company for all we know. Like Forward is a beautiful name. I got a really good feeling when I heard that. So I think you chose a great
Thank
name.
you.
Forward speaking, yes. Were you always interested in speaking English since you were young?
I should say yes. I was interested, but I was really, really afraid of speaking English. So just to continue what I was saying. So some 46 years ago, I had this book in my hand and I had the courage to visit his school. And I was so surprised because the school was in Tokyo, but everybody was speaking English. They looked Japanese, but everybody was speaking English. And I found out that the school rule was that when they speak Japanese, even one word of Japanese, they had to pay 1,000 yen. So,
That's about $10, right?
yes. Now it's like maybe $15. I know, sorry, opposite.
Maybe the other way around, but still.
Anyway, yeah, it was like $10. And then it's not because they're afraid of paying the penalty, but that was the culture. And when I first went there, I was like, and I thought I went to the wrong place. And it took lots of courage for me to even say hello. It took about 3 weeks before I started to speak.
I
I
can't
shut my
imagine that because you're so
mouth.
confident now and you give other people confidence. So I think
Thank
it's
you.
impressive to see your journey.
Well, that was me. That's why I'm so dedicated to helping Japanese people speak because once they speak out, they can learn this joy of speaking English. And I believe most Japanese people would like to speak English. They're
They
all
do.
interested in speaking English. but there's a huge gap in the wall in front of them. So,
I agree. I really understand what you mean. What do you think the key was for you to achieving this level of fluency?
mm, so like I said, once I started to speak, I thought, maybe I could speak. I mean, I could learn to speak. And one of the things that I did back then, and I even teach now, is to help. I mean, I learned the speeches that changed the world, like
Uh,
Dr. Martin Luther King's I Have a Dream
mhm,
speech,
mhm,
and I was speaking their language. I mean, in case of Dr. King's speech, as I was just listening to his voice and trying to convey his message in English, I started to I started to have more confidence in speaking. And also I started to realize more value in speaking English.
yeah. Those are very empowering, powerful words from a powerful speaker. I'm sure it gave you a lot of confidence too. Yeah. So, what kind of people come to you for help now, and how do you help them?
Well, I've been doing this for many, many years. Like I said at the beginning, this is my 44th year. And most of the people I teach are adults.
Mhm,
And there are many reasons for them to come. And some of them obviously need to speak English at their work.
mhm.
But there are people who don't need to speak English for their work, but they would like to just do things that can help them change their lives. And they think that speaking English is one of them. And I'm always happy to welcome those people who
Yeah.
haven't had courage to speak English first, but they change.
Yeah, that's a beautiful sentiment. They have the courage because they know Japan is actually, it's a beautiful country. I love it so much, but it's very small. And when you speak English, you really open yourself up to connect with the world in a really big way that you can't do if you only speak Japanese and no English. I'm really glad. Do you mind if I ask you some questions about Japanese culture?
No, please.
So it's my dream to spread more of the Japanese spirit and this Japanese mentality around the world. The beautiful approach to life that's very unique to Japanese people. How would you describe the Japanese spirit or the Japanese approach to life?
That's a big question.
It's a big
But
question.
yes. Well, what I love about Japan is I feel safe.
Yeah.
Harmony is definitely is one of the things that Japan has.
Hmm.
We like to maintain harmony among people, and that's a very wonderful thing. And also, we are so polite to maintain harmony.
Hmm.
Sometimes we're a little too patient, but patience is necessary to keep harmony. So
Yeah, I
uh,
understand what you mean. Where can you
I think
see or notice this concept of harmony if you're coming to Japan as a visitor?
you tell me.
I'm not a visitor anymore. I've
You're
been
not a
here for
visitor anymore.
for
I'm
20
not a
years.
visitor to Japan. Yes,
What do you think that, all of these people from countries all over the world, they love Japan so much. They come, we have historic, record-breaking numbers of people visiting Japan since the pandemic
right.
ended. What do you
Yes.
think they see in Japan that what makes them love it so much?
I like to interview those people too myself. But whenever I have a chance to talk with them, like in the elevator, I happen to meet some tourists and I say, are you enjoying the trip here? Are you visiting here first? Of course, I want to make sure they're just the
Not like
visitors.
me.
But but I often see them at the hotel and then the
Mhm,
elevator,
mhm,
and I assume that they're having vacation time. And I ask this kind of question, and I've never had any negative feedback. Of course, they
mhm.
chose to come to Japan and they're enjoying the trip.
Wonderful. Yeah, I have the very same impression. So next time we should ask a lot of foreigners, why did you come to Japan? Why do you like it? So I also wanted to know, why are seasonal decorations and rituals and celebrations so important in Japanese culture?
That's interesting. That's an interesting question. I think one of the reasons is that we at least used to have four distinct seasons,
Used to.
winter, spring,
Yeah.
summer, fall. But now, of course, because of global warming,
Yeah.
it's kind of hard. Is this summer? Is this what?
I've lived
But we,
I used to live in Tokyo for, 17 of the years that I lived here. And I just moved to Kyoto more recently. And I can tell you it's several degrees hotter than Tokyo, even though it's only 2 hours away by train, just because of the land and the shape of the land.
Mm.
But it is definitely hotter than it was when I first came to Japan. And that's, historically speaking, it's not that long ago. So I agree. It is getting very hot. So summer, I mean, we still have 4 seasons though, and they're all very
Right.
beautiful. And what's your favorite season?
Well, it used to be summer,
Oh,
but
really?
it's
Not
a
anymore.
little too hot. I would say spring, but springtime I have a hay fever. But
Oh,
just getting back to your question,
yes,
I
please.
remember when I was a student, I enjoyed spring because of cherry blossoms. That was the beginning of the academic year.
Uh-huh.
So at least students associate springtime with the beginning of a new season.
Hmm.
We meet new classmates, and because every year there's a kind of shuffle,
Hmm.
and we meet new teacher. Springtime was a fun time, and I always remember spring with cherry blossoms.
Yeah, I think it's
Summertime,
beautiful.
yeah, summertime as a student, so we used to swim a
Summer
lot,
vacation.
and summer vacation, and also school.
Oh,
Every school in Japan has a swimming pool. And I learned that's a unique thing about Japan, but every
mhm,
school comes with a swimming pool.
mhm.
And I think I mean, at least we used to start swimming in June. So June, and
Oh, swimming
like
classes
summer
and things like
school.
that. Yeah.
And we changed their uniform, school uniform,
I have really
just to be
fond memories
fun.
of summer too, so I know what you mean. But
Yeah.
the
So,
school culture is a big difference between Japan and at least America where I grew up.
mm,
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 I agree.
mm.
I have a difficult question for you. I know I have a lot of
Oh,
difficult questions today. What's one Japanese custom or habit or mindset that you think would make the world a better place if people tried it for at least 7 days? A new habit.
one thing I'm thinking about now is, and actually I was thinking about this, and I thought I could answer your question this way.
Mhm.
Recently, I learned a new English expression
Yeah,
that is come back for a put down. So some remark against some comment that
yeah,
puts you down.
yeah.
And I was speaking with native speakers, and they all had some kind of experiences in schools and everything. And I was thinking, well, in Japan, we become quiet.
Hmm.
We try to endure it. So when we feel something, mm, something that is not a welcome comment all the time,
Hmm.
but instead of speaking back, we try to listen, and sometimes we learn to smile and let it go. And I think sometimes that's important. If
Yeah.
we start to react to everything,
Yes. That's a big lesson I've learned from watching Ken. He's taught me the value of not reacting in anger to a comment that upsets you, but just to sit with it and respond in kindness instead. And I think that's a Japanese quality. And you're right. I think the world would be a better place if people didn't come back after being put down. It's
and now
beautiful.
that you mentioned Ken Honda,
Yeah.
I just remembered Jack Canfield's comment as well.
Yeah.
I believe he says, I mean, he talks about the difference between reaction and response,
Yes.
right?
Can you explain that?
So, yes, reaction is just emotionally reacting, like, we are talking about. But response, our responsibility is in our ability to choose our response.
Hmm.
So rather than just automatically reacting to everything,
Hmm.
we should just take it to our heart and choose the best response.
I agree.
And that's the difference between response and the reaction. I think that's something I learned from Jack Canfield.
Well, maybe Ken learned it from Jack and then I learned it from Ken. I'm still working on it. It's hard to do, but having that emotional awareness to not react will really level up your life to completely new dimensions, I believe. And so thank you for bringing that up as a great example. Do you have a favorite English word or expression?
There are many I learned. One of the things is that is important is to bring joy in your
Yeah,
life.
yeah,
So, one of the catchphrases I like is bring the joy. Bring the
bring the joy.
joy to our workplace, bring the
Yeah,
joy to people
that's a
around
really
us.
good attitude. I think that's a good motto to have as well. Do you have a favorite dad joke in English or Japanese?
I'll leave it to Ken Honda.
Yeah, he tells all of them all the time. I don't really have any good ones either. And when I was little, I had a very typical dad who loved dad jokes. But, we would come in, I had my sisters and would say, I'm hungry. And he would say, nice to meet you, hungry. I'm dad. He would say things like that. But
Uh,
um, I can't think of a really funny dad joke like the ones that Ken Honda tells. So I just have those ones that make you go, oh. Do you have a family?
yes,
Did you
I'm
ever tell
married.
dad jokes to your kids?
I have only son, and he's studying abroad. And yes,
Where is he studying? In English?
right now, I mean, he goes to college now. He decided to go to college in Singapore.
Wow.
But yes, he used to study in Switzerland
I'm not
since he was
surprised
10.
that with a dad like you who is so supportive of, international language and learning that you would have a kid who wanted to travel abroad. I'm really very impressed with the work that you do, and I'm so grateful again. Thank you for being with me today.
Yeah.
Um, I also wanted to, before we go, I know that we're both fluent in Japanese as well. Would you like to talk a little bit in Japanese before we go?今日は本当にありがとうございました。
私がもちろん日本人だから日本語話せるけど、サラさんの
いえ、
日本語力す
私の方がプ
ごいな。
レッシャーを感じます。すみません。
とんでもないです。
今日、
私さっき
今日の英語で20分ぐらい話して、どういう気分ですか？感想はありますか？
いや、もう難しい質問どんどんいただいたので、どうやって答えていいか分からなかったけれども、
申
嬉
し訳ないです。
しくて、サラさんと話してること嬉しくて、なんか何答えたのか分かりませんけど、どう
そういうのは、私の、もうちょっと、インタビュアーとして、もうちょっと、成長できたら、そんな難しい質問しなくなるかもしれないんですけれども。
何人ですか、サラさん。謙虚で
すごい、
すね。
そういう、私も一番アメリカ人とか、海外、英語を話してる世界中の人たちに、届けたいメッセージとは何ですかと思ったら、日本人のポジティブな良い精神のエッセン
うん、
スを伝えられたらなと思って、そして誠さんもそれ絶対分かってるなと確信を持ってて、難しい質問もしましたんですけれども、ありがとうございます。
今日は本当にありがとうございました。
そして最後に、結構近い、来週、今週、週末、いつイベントありますか？
それはもうね、今週の土曜日なので、
です
もう3
よね。
日後ぐらいですね。はい。
これ、早くシェアできたら、ちょっと人に、その情報も届けると思いますので、頑張りますね。
はい、ありがとうございます。あとは
でも、
ね、常
はい、
にいろんなことをやっているので、もし
はい、
よろしかったら一緒に、英
はい、
語を本当に話すこと楽しいし、とは言っても
うん、楽し
僕は、
かったです。
初め英語ね、とってもできなかったから、できない人の気持ちすごいわかるの。だけど、どうしても日本人って自分に厳しいじゃないですか。
とて
だから
も厳しい
諦めちゃう
です。
人がいるのね。諦める必要ないよって。
はい。
英語を話すことで人生変わると思ってる
いや、今日
ので、
は素晴らしい、いい例をみんなに見せてくださって、本当にあ
そうです。
りがとうございました。みんな、
こち
ここまで
らこそありがと
できるかなっていう気持ちに絶対になると思いますけど、これから私も、ケンさんのコミュニティからいろんな英語ができる方、絶対声をかけて、一緒にちょっと英語の話しませんかっていう誘いをこれからやっていきたい
う。
と思いますので、マコトさんがその第一目のインタビューになってくれて、本当に心から感謝しています。ありがとうございます。
ありがとうございます。サラさんのようにね、アメリカからもたくさん日本に興味持ってきていただいて、で、日本語もこうやって学んでいただいている人たちが増えていることもすごい感謝だし、サラさんその第一人者だから、とっても今日お話一緒にできて嬉しかったです。
ありがとうございます。